Thanks, dude. Hello, everyone. And thank you for joining me this evening. I'm a minute late. I apologize. So tonight we're kind of just going to be talking about the news that came out. Obviously that it was Naya Rivera. They confirmed it was her body, which we know that she had been missing on the body of water for a while. They did say they had, showed up early that morning from what I understand, and then they saw her body floating. And so that's how they found her. And if there's any other thing that anybody wants to add to that, y'all, I didn't hear about, y'all can do so. As I want to welcome everybody in the room, and thank you for being here. There's a different milk cup.
Right here. Go.
Yeah, go to bed, Ken. So, do y'all have, since we've been doing the readings obviously on her, do y'all have any opinion about what y'all think, as far as what we know today? I know we haven't got an autopsy back yet. Obviously, they said it looks like a drowning and no other foul play. But I did find a few small inconsistencies in the story when the sheriff was giving it, or whoever was giving the speech, but I'm not going to bring them up yet until something else comes up. And then fat pudding. Thank you. Tanoka Peach. I think if I pronounced that right. Well, basically, I mean, they just found her body in the lake this morning. Yeah, I know. My internet sucks, too. I wouldn't be surprised if it drops out soon. What are you talking about, Ken? 32 minutes into what live? Are you going to have a live? Let's all hop over to Ken's live. Let's see what Ken's doing with her cat. Yeah, so basically I said they found her body, early this morning. They said there was no foul play that they could see, anything like that. Thank you. I appreciate that. So that's what we're going on so far. But again, like I said, it was little itty bitty things, just like times and things that were a little bit off in the press conference. And just, I kind of feel like the way they handled it was a little off to me too. But again, in the storyline, that was a little bit off, when we heard it. And I mean, there's even still little parts of it that I'm not sure. But again, I don't want to question it too much because I wasn't there. Yeah, I can hear it. Nurses usually work 12-hour shifts or more, 12 to 14 hours. And then they'll work about 2 to 3 days, maybe 4 in a row sometimes. And then they'll have about 3 days off. So, at least that's in Texas where I am. Our radiographers do the same. So, but thank you, for your service and stuff right now, especially during, what's going on. My cousin's a nurse and my aunt's a nurse actually too. And so, but my cousin, obviously, she got it. Yeah, so usually it's like a 3 or 4 day block where they're like 12 to 14 hours in a row, and then they get like 3 days off or something like that. Or they can like do a lot of days in a row and I think take a bigger block off again. I'm not sure. I went to radiography school for 1.5 years and then I withdrew, so I didn't finish that out. So I just know it was all 12 to 14-hour shifts. Some people were on 16-hour shifts. Actually, some people do the whole weekend. Like I knew people who would go through the whole weekend and then they wouldn't work at all during the week. So, it just depends on, I guess what you're willing to do. Thank you, Rosie. So, hey, Witchy, we need to get together so soon, too, because we need to plan that for next week. I did get I think it was your text that you gave me about, like, what you wanted to kind of hit points on. So I'll go ahead and kind of start writing that down. And then we'll do a dry run. But do y'all have any don't want to weigh in at all about the way she was found or any circumstances around it, or you just do y'all want to just kind of take it for what it is at the moment and just wait for the autopsy and go from there, or what would y'all like to talk about as far as that? Do you still have an off feeling, or do you feel more at ease? Most of the people here that I know pick up those things. Yeah, I mean, everybody wants to hear it all, but people don't tell it all, unfortunately. But I still have an odd feeling too, Rosie, and that's what I'm saying. I still feel like there's something odd, and I don't know what it is. Oh yeah, and don't worry, I'll do it where it matches up with your well, I don't know. You don't care about being on late, huh, witchy bitchy? Ken. Ken is 15 minus T minus 15 minutes bedtime. Yeah, so we're gonna do it like we would do now. So if we do our live, it's gonna be like it is now. So basically, you just need to let me know what the best day of the week is, and Elaine. Interesting, Ken. So basically, what we're gonna do, what we're doing right now. So, we're just gonna StreamYard in. We're gonna talk about Bundy, and if we want to talk about Boswell, we find anything interesting, we will. But as far as I know, Boswell is pretty much not moving. It's kind of just sitting there. I'm not really sure why. I think they might be collecting evidence or see what they could possibly get out from anybody else. Well, the thing that I didn't get about it was that now I get because don't get me wrong, there was one time and this was me in a pool. So this is what I'm saying. I couldn't imagine being in the as deep as water they said that they found her in with where the baby. I don't know if that's where they were at though when it happened, but I went to a resort that had a really, really big deep pool and water slides going down it. And my kid was probably 6 years old. No joke. He's a big kid. And I was probably 125 at the time, 5'5" or something like that. But I mean, I was working out and stuff. But anyways, regardless, I didn't realize the pool was that deep. So as soon as the water slide hit right where it did, and I felt that there was no bottom, I just chunked him up as far as I could. And my mom was even when I got out, she was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you did that." She was like, "You chunked him up all the way to me, he almost landed to me, But that's a mom instinct. It's all of a sudden, you just get strong, and you know what I mean. You do what you need to do. So I can see her pushing the baby up if she felt that maybe she was caught on something. That's what I'm thinking. That's why I kept saying, I feel like I want to get to my baby, but I can't because I'm being pulled. So that's what I was saying. And then someone else was in the chat yesterday and they were saying about, they mentioned it later on after, and I didn't think about it during the chat till after too. But currents, things like that, and then I know they have the weeds, and I don't know how entangled you could get in those weeds. Now we have a lot of that stuff in the lakes where we have in front of our house. I mean, we have trees and everything that you can literally get stuck on. So, I'm not really sure because they said they found her floating, but then they said they found her near weeds. They said they started looking around 5 o'clock, but then I thought originally it said 5:30ish. So I mean, it's not it's a huge gap, but I mean, 30 minutes is 30 minutes. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Yeah, there's no updates for Boswell at all. Sorry, y'all. Why does it tell me when I'm live on YouTube? It's I freaking know. I'm right here. But, oh yeah, he's about to be named. Is suspect after research to the home, yeah. They had been planning to go search the home for a while, actually. Some people made it sound like it was kind of like spur of the moment because like certain people said stuff, but it wasn't. Like I said, they had been watching him for a while. It's kind of same things like the day. I mean, they knew what they were looking for when they got there. You know what I mean? So, 6 people didn't show up at the Barry Morphew's house overnight because of a YouTube video. That's all I gotta say. I know it's totally off subject if you don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah. All I'm going to say is they were planning to go there. Oh, yeah. After a few days, the body will rise to the surface. It always does. But again, that's not the issue of what I'm talking about. She pushed the baby up onto the boat, and then he's saying she pretty much just went down. So was she already so entangled on something that she could only have enough strength to push him up? Because if she could push him up onto the boat, that means she could have grabbed the boat. So if you were entangled, wouldn't you grab the boat? So that's the only thing I want to know is what kind of, how strong the brush is, what kind it is, that type of, like how strong it is. So, and hey, Diary Mystic, how are you? And I hope you're feeling all right, Tara. No, she didn't commit suicide. I don't know why people even have made that a rumor, to be honest. Like, I'm really not sure. I mean, the post that they're making it sound like that she made that were so ominous, like before it went on, they weren't ominous whatsoever. I mean, what's wrong with saying appreciate your daily life? I mean, it says it in the Bible, appreciate, every day that you have with your loved ones and friends and treat them right. I mean, it's a basic, like, human being normalcy thing to do. So I don't know. Sorry, my cat's playing in a plastic bag. But again, if y'all have not subscribed to Diary of a Mystic and this is y'all's first time here, she is an amazing tarot card reader. She does a lot of other type of craft to go with the tarot card reading. She does, it's called bibliomancy. If I pronounce it wrong, I'm sorry. But there's a lot of other stuff that she does, and then she also teaches classes too, as well on Patreon. So if you're interested in learning any of those things, she can help you do so. So, yes, Rex is on a roll, like always. So, hey, Diary. Oh, I need to get back with you too about that, what we were talking about the other day, that read, because I still need it. I'm addicted to your readings. I have Diary of a Mystic read me all the time. Well, when I need a reading, and it's like, if I don't know what to do, just, I call Diary of a Mystic. I'm like, we're not always 100%, but we're close enough. Like I said, it's like pretty much every time that you said anything, it's been the right state, right everything, right name, right place. So yeah, she's definitely amazing. So if you want to get like a personal reading too, and you like her style, like I said, I would definitely get a reading from her. They're always on point. And it would amaze you. That's all I gotta say. She's a great reader. Like I said, I want to be like her when I grow up. Yeah, I'll text you later about it, Amber. Sorry, I don't know what that noise was. And hope. It's not so much that it's like a huge foul play thing, but there's something that is not right about the situation. And I don't know if I'm feeling her fear and her anxiety towards the child and not being able to get on the boat towards her child. But at the same time, it's like a different kind of pull. it's almost like I'm being pulled beyond my control to where I can't get back, even if I wanted to. And that's why I am wondering about the currents and what kind of plants are down there that she could, because she was able to get him on the boat. And that's what I'm saying. If she was able to get him on the boat, she could grab the boat. So it makes me think, what was she stuck on? That was because of course, he's a kid. He said she went right back under, but she pushed him out. So she was able to do that. So it makes me wonder, was she tangled on something once she got towards the boat and she didn't realize it, like her leg or something, like, like a boat leaving a rope or something behind. Yeah, on the same date that her co-star died, Corey. So, you gotta look at that too. And then now that's what, the third person? It's a little bit, as far as I know, that's the third person on the Glee cast to have passed now. Oh, you're welcome, Diary. But as far as I know, like I said, that's the third person now that has passed within that cast. I don't know yet either, Ken, to be honest. I would imagine probably the date she went missing. Yeah. Did you look at the area, Ann Hope, at all? Did you look at the lake and stuff? Because it did show where there was brush that was really, really high. But again, it didn't look like it was thick brush. So that's the part I'm confused about, because she was able to get up the pontoon, which was very high on the sides. So she was able to push the baby over, but she couldn't get herself over. So I'm curious why what was holding her back that she couldn't get herself over. That's the point. Was it brush? Was it a current? Or was it something else? So there's 3 options in a way. And welcome, Average Jane. How are you? I forget what the third person is. I did. There's a third person. I just don't remember what their name is. Hey, Joyce, how you been? Does anybody else remember who the third person is? I'm not really sure. Bunny, whatever. How you pronounce it? I'm not sure if it's a current or something else, but I'm saying I just feel like I'm being dragged under or away. But I don't feel like it's fast or super fast. I just feel nervous, like, anxious. I want to get back to the boat to my baby. So, oh, Purple Raindrop. Hi, how are you? Again, I don't know much about this. I'm pretty sure, well, I don't know if she would have, because if he said she went under and never came back up at all, then I guess she would have been passed before. So we're going to see if she has water in her lungs. I don't know who Mark Sailing is, so. Who's Mark Sailing? I'm not seeing the message where it says anything about him. Oh, Mark Sailing. Is that the third person? Corey Monef. Oh, his name was Mark? No, I don't think it's a possibility. Whisper to me that could have happened, to be honest, because I think if that would have happened, I do think that he probably would have said something about it. You know what I mean? So I don't think that would have happened, to be honest. And yeah, Corey wasn't he the one that was one of them was, I thought, engaged to that Lee Michelle or whatever her name was, right? Yeah. I'm not talking to you. Corey, Hold on, y'all. I need to write it down. So, Corey. Or Monteith or whatever it is. And then, what was the other one? Mark Sailing. Oh, you mean like the shock of the water, Kathy? Like it being super cold, like more cold than she expected? And when you get hit in the face with cold water and you catch it, like you take a big deep breath of it. Yeah, I do that all the time. See, that's what I was wondering, Tara, if there was like an undertow, like a current that would suck her under, because that would have made sense for her to push him on board and then just not come back up, because then she would have got caught in the undertow. That makes sense. So that's what I'm saying. But it was just, to me, it was like, I was thinking more like, because the lake we have is more of a still lake. There is no like undertow or current or things like that. So you would definitely see or hear somebody splashing and screaming, whether the size of it or not, just because it's a very calm, placid lake. So as I'm saying, like if something were to be jumping around, you'd see it. So that's why I was wondering what the water was like there. And hi, Sam, I am. Hi, whisper to me. Yeah, well, it's her ex-husband that I know. I don't know anything about her ex-husband. I don't even know his name. So, I don't know. But I do know that there was something going on in that arena that I don't think she wanted nothing to do with. Ryan Dorsey. Oh, Ryan Dorsey was the ex-husband. Okay. Thank you, Rosie. Isn't he in trouble too, though? For like some stuff? No, I didn't. Ken. Oh, of Naya Rivera, Sam. Yeah, but I heard he was in. I know somebody she was with was supposed to be in trouble and being looked into for some reason. That's all I know. Yeah, it's just odd, like especially because I watched an interview that she gave, and they asked what her favorite stuff to do with the summer was, and she basically said like barbecue and swim. So it's stuff that she did all the time. Like she was like an avid swimmer. That's why I don't think she wore her life jacket, because she was used to being in those type of bodies of water. So that's what I guess I'm confused about. Was that day particularly more rough on the water than what it normally would have been? And would have it been that secluded where she was that nobody would have I don't know. Again, because I said it depends on if she was hung up on something or not, and she just couldn't get up there or not. That's what I'm saying. I just feel like I'm being pulled, but I don't know if it's by something like an item or a person. I just know that I'm not able, my baby's getting further away and I need to get closer to them. And that's all I'm thinking about. Like, I'm not thinking about like if I'm going to be okay. I'm just thinking about if my baby's going to be okay. That's all I pretty much care about. So that's the only feeling I get. That's what I'm saying. I do feel there was another male energy. But again, there's, like I said, there's boats you can park all around there. They could have swam over to her boat and then swam boat back to theirs, or they could have swam onto, from land and then swam back. I mean, there's a lot of things they could have done. But I do pick up another male energy. I do. But I don't pick them up there for very long. So how do you feel about it, Sam? I am. Do you still feel with the press conference so far and what we've been told that it kind of makes sense or a little bit more sense for you, or do you still feel a little bit off empathically about it? Because I know you pick up on that stuff too. Thank you, Diary Mystic. I had the Emperor a lot. An older man or somebody who thought they could do what they wanted and they were going to get what they wanted no matter at what cost. And there was also the King of Pentacles a lot. Like, so that's what made me say he's very manipulative, because when they're in reverse, they're manipulative, the King of Pentacles. And so is the Emperor. So I do feel that. Oh, that's right. You said you had to look into it. I'm sorry, Sam. No, I don't think you're that off, Lisa. I still think there is something else not right. So what did they think was in that bag? Because I actually looked at that bag and I thought about what was in the bag. So did they mention what they thought was in that bag? Because I'm not going to say what I think it is, but I'm curious if the news or the media mentioned what they thought was in the bag that she was carrying. Because it was a very, very big bag. And it looked like a cloth bag. Well, yeah, the parking was, but I just think she just parked her car and didn't give a crap how she parked it, to be honest. But that's what I'm saying. I do feel like she was still meeting somebody, though. If you watch the way she's walking with the purpose like she's going somewhere. And she gets the kid out and then she grabs the stuff and then she goes. So as fast as she gets there, she's almost on the boat and then she's gone right away to where she's almost like swerving in the water because she's going off so fast. And I don't even know if she really knew how to drive boats like that. No, it was heavier than that. Whisper to me. It was something heavy she had in the bag. I do have to agree about that. But it could have just been an ice chest or something, I guess, and maybe she threw it in a bag. I don't know. But it did look really heavy. That's what I'm saying. I still feel brush all around me. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said I don't think I feel completely submerged, because I can still feel the foliage of the grass, all that kind of stuff around me. So that's the main reason why I'm not like completely alarmed by it, I guess. But the main thing is like I'm trying to get away from this area to get back to where my son is. That's it. Like that's the main focus, is getting back to where my son is. So, but I don't feel like this really high state of anxiety. That's the thing. And it's like, and I feel like any mother who is about to drown or something's about to happen, I feel like there'd be a very high state of anxiety knowing that your child's about to be left on a pontoon in the middle of the water by himself. And I feel like it's almost like, I don't know if she was out of it or maybe just not feeling well, but I just feel like there was something off about the energy. It's almost like she expected it or something for some reason. I don't know. Yeah, Tara, that's what I'm saying. I know it sounds crazy, but you have to think about how big that lake is. And if they knew she was there, all they had to do was show up on her and then jump off their boat and swim. And they could have been wearing, goggles and whatever to be able to see. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's not impossible that they could have been able to see. So, that's what I'm saying. She's in a very big rush, I think. There was an energy of water that killed in the water. So you mean there's a water sign? Because we did find, I mean, of course, there was a lot of water in her chart and her reading anyways that I did for her because it was on water, kind of like Natalie Wood. But, yeah, there's a lot of water in the chart. But again, she passed on the water. They're saying that she was stuck in the brush. So, and that basically she kind of used her last little bit of energy to push her baby on board, which, thank God for that. So, as I'm saying, but I do just wonder why she didn't hold on to the boat and why she let go if she was stuck to something. And that's what I'm saying. I wonder how strong it was if she was stuck to something. That's what I said, Lisa. I think she took her son thinking that they would be cool with it and they would maybe not give her such a hard time, and it just didn't end up working. They didn't really care. I think she thought it was somebody who was going to be sympathetic to her and her son because they knew her and her son for quite a while. But I think that's not obviously how it ended. Well, for that age too. I mean, my baby's 1 year younger than hers, and I wouldn't have taken him. And not to say that she's wrong for what she did. I'm saying I think whoever convinced her to take that baby there was somebody who she trusted a little bit, or at least had some authority over the child. So again, I'm not sure who the baby. I know y'all said her ex-husband's name. I'm not sure if that's his child, but it could have been. Again, it's going to be interesting to see who she spoke to that day and what made her want to go there. That's all. Again, it's not a very common place. It's just really not. And not for just two people to go on their own. What do I think was in the bag? Well, like I said, I think there could have been something heavy as an ice chest, something that big. If you look at it, it looks like a square box. So that's all that I noticed. I don't know what's in it, and I'm not going to make guesses on what's in it because that's kind of not right. But I do feel there was something, it looked like when she's carrying it over her shoulder, it looks a bit heavy. I have to say that. So, okay, it is Ryan Dorsey's child. Okay. No, that's what I'm saying. I have we have a lake house, and we don't take the kids. I mean, we have a little paddle boat, and it's usually 3 of us. You know what I mean? And we're right where if you were to fall in, you could swim. There's no current, there's no undertow, there's nothing. But it's just the fact of being out there. Like I said, even when it's just been me and one other person, it's kind of always made me nervous. I'm like, what if their legs give out or they freaking pass out or something, and then I'm stuck. So, hi, Catherine. How are you? What's in your hand, Catherine? Are you making money? Is that what that means? Yeah, that's true, Lisa. Boo-hoo, Ken. It was nice chatting with you, though, and I will get to the post office this week for your deck. Thank you for joining us at 3:10 a.m. We greatly appreciate it. Love ya, Catherine. And hi, Sandy. I kind of feel a bit of anxiety, but I mean, I said, I feel like very little anxiety. I feel more worried about just the fact that my baby's on the boat and I'm not, and I can't get to him. Give your gigantic lion cat a hug for me, Ken. What happened? That's what it was, Rosie. Hold on. That's what I heard. So I'm writing that shit down because that's exactly what I heard. That was the problem. Where the hell did his name go? There he is. That's exactly what I heard, Rosie. But I couldn't remember the exact thing, so I didn't want to bring it up. And I didn't know his name, so I didn't want to say the wrong person's name either, because I know there was like 3, I think, different people over the years after, between the time she got married and things like that. So I didn't want to just, but yeah, that's exactly what it was. Diary. That is a secret, I think. That's the secret. That's what I heard. I heard that's why I said when those got, I feel like when somebody showed up, it's like she kind of probably thought that might be who sent them, but she wasn't completely sure. But they knew who she was and they knew enough about her. So she knew it was one of those things where, like, crap, like this is going to go bad or good. And it was one of those things where, as I said, I still feel like it's something that just didn't go the way it was supposed to. But again, I mean, they're saying it's a natural drowning and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see again with the autopsy. Hi, Donna. Welcome. And I can. That's what I think, Diary Mistake. That's what I'm saying. I agree with Rosie. I saw that. I read that article and I was like, you know what? I bet you. Like, I didn't finish reading it because it's like, you know how you read some of those articles, Diary, and it's like, it's kind of like you get the like heebies from it. You're like, oh crap, that's not great. So then you don't like finish like, you're like, that's, I don't want to know that. You know, so I stopped reading it. But that's exactly something along the lines of what I heard. I smell pizza. Not that that's super important or anything, but I don't think so. I don't think she, like, well, like besides like water and regular, I don't think she had like any alcohol or anything like that that would have impaired her in any way. But again, the area they showed where she supposedly pushed the boy onto the boat was nothing but these big, long, tall, grassy shrubs coming through. Like even like, but even what they were super thin. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't feel like it's something that she would have gotten stuck on or not been able to get herself off of. So that's why I'm curious more about the area, exactly where her body was exactly. Like I said, I don't know if the picture they showed where the boat with the tall grass today is exactly where her body was, because they had already taken the boat out of the water. So that's not where her body was. As soon as y'all come in the room, if you can give it a thumbs up, I greatly appreciate it. We are talking about Naya Rivera. Like I said, we were talking about the way that her body was discovered, and we're trying to get any information that we might not currently have that we could add to the information that we do. So that way we can kind of make more sense out of what is possibly going on, in the sense that some of it makes sense and some of it doesn't. And there's still a bit of a little odd feeling to it about how it happened. So we just kind of like want to run through some of the facts and see. I said, because again, when I watched the press conference, what the sheriff said, there's about two or three things that he said that was a bit off. And I do have to say that. They weren't huge things, but times, dates, he even said they searched the area that her body was at, and they had actually combed through the water on their hands and knees with ropes attached to them and still couldn't find her. But all of a sudden, she pops up there 6 days later. That's not really making any sense to me. And that's why I want to know about the current. I put it on, I don't know if you're on my Facebook, Sam, I am, but, or I can send it to Diary and she can send it to you. But it was a press conference. I forget, I think it was in NBC or whatever all the news channels are. Hi, Hula Bunny. How are you? Gas? Yeah, I don't think she would have left the boy on the boat regardless. That's what I'm saying. Even if she were drowning, I kind of feel like she would have been screaming to people around her. I don't know what area of the cove she was in. I forgot where they said she was. There was a couple different that lake. Devil's Cove being one of them. So, I just can't remember which cove she was found in. I love you too, Lisa, and thank you. And thank you to everybody in the room. We greatly appreciate you being here and giving y'all's input and weighing in on the situation. Oh, well, you just said gas. Well, yeah, we know bodies float from gas. But the point is that they said that the water with a sonar and personal divers attached to ropes with equipment on their hands and feet digging through the brush, and they didn't see her in it or entangled in it. So that's what I'm saying. I want to know how much of a current brought her over, because if she was that entangled and she was full of gas, then they wouldn't have released her from the shrubs or whatever she was attached to. She would have just released where she was, her body. And the reason I say that is because of going to, doing some of the medical stuff, like I said, and it's only a few days before your body's just going to explode anyways. And just from the gases, like you said. So it does float up. But like I said, they said they already looked for her in that area with sonar and with crawling on their hands and feet and ropes, and they didn't see anything. So I think that's a bit weird. No, Stacey, it doesn't. That's what I'm saying, Stacey. Why would she, if she could reach the boat and say she was drowning, and it was a pontoon, so it was high. If she was able to push him up over, she should have been able to grab onto it. And if you got to think about it, if you're fighting for your life to be with your baby, you're going to hold on with all your might. Like, you're not going to let go, and you're going to scream as hard. Like, he does not say she screamed. He did not say that she was holding on to the boat. He basically just said that she let go and swam back under. So that's what I'm saying. I kind of just, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, there's no distress. There's no, like, oh, my mommy cried for help, or my mommy screamed for help, or, I saw her splashing around, or she seemed like she was, like, trying to catch her breath, but she was swallowing water. I mean, they're making it sound like he's saying all this other. I don't know how much he speaks again, because I have a 3-year-old, and he doesn't speak that, like that, to the sense to say, oh, my mommy went under the water and never came back. My kids are slower speakers. I have an autistic son. So, like I said, and I had hearing problems when I was little, so my kids are slower speakers. So regardless, I'm just saying, I don't see a 4-year-old being able to completely give a full-blown story in the sense of where the mother went after she pushed him over the boat. They said she might have went back under, but that doesn't mean she didn't go somewhere else. See, I heard Tara that she wasn't there and that they brought her back, and that's why her body was today. That's why I heard that that's how she floated up, not from gases, but because they had removed her from the area. And since it was overnight, they threw her back into the lake early this morning, and that's why they found her floating. That's what I heard. Again, you can call that hearsay, but that is what I heard. Yeah, and that's what Diary said. I don't think it was her. I think somebody was convincing her that she had to do it. Or maybe she felt that if she took now, given like you said, I would never take my 4-year-old out with me if I thought that it could be a possible dangerous situation. But if this person could have said been the person's child or family member, maybe she thought that they would have never done anything to hurt her in front of that child. So that's the only thing I'm thinking. Yeah, and if he was given Dramamine, he was already groggy, so he don't know what he was looking at. I mean, he's just a little kid. That's like giving a little kid Benadryl. Like, they're freaking, like, daydreaming while they're on it, or half asleep, or whatever it is that they do. I don't see any clear pictures either. That's the problem. I don't. I just see... I feel like I'm eye level with the boat of my kid, and I just am like... I keep getting pulled back further, and I'm like, I want to get closer. And that's about it. But it's not like the sheer panic. It's almost something else. Kind of like, I don't know. It kind of like let me go. I don't think... Not if she went underwater right after and was stuck in weeds and drowned, Rosie. I don't see that either. And I'm not trying to make it be like this whole thing of like, oh, somebody did something or it's this big conspiracy, but it's like there was things that she knew about her ex, and I think she tried to distance herself for whatever reason. Maybe they felt that they needed to take care of her, and she went out there hoping everything would be okay, and that's not how it turned out. That's kind of how I feel. I said, again, I go out there with the feeling of this is going to go really good or really bad. And then when it starts to go really bad, I'm like, oh, shit, it didn't go the way I expected. And then I have to let my baby go. It's almost like you knew that, like, you feel guilty about it. Like, you know, by taking your baby out there that he saw that and something could have happened to him. So... No, as far as I know, Diary Mystic, there's videos of her getting onto the boat and then them pulling away, but then they go into like a kind of a split, like a canal into like the bigger lake, and it extends so many different ways with a bunch of different coves. So, but you don't see her on the boat the whole time. Some people said they saw her. I think about 3 people on a boat, but yeah, I think it was like a blackmail type thing. It was like, well, you know, like that's my whatever, and I'll meet you there, and we'll work it out. And she just went ahead and went for it, and it's not what she expected. That's what they said. They said they saw her alone with her son. 3 boaters. But there was if you look in the parking lot, there's only like, what, 3 cars? And this place is normally packed 24/7, from what I understand. Yes, people did say, well, at least as far as I know, unless I'm getting it wrong, and is just, you know, some hearsay articles. There was a couple of boaters who came forward, at least 3, saying that they stopped and spoke to her, or at least saw her and her son. That is what they are claiming. But as far as with the baby being on the water, Mystic Diary, I know I said it backwards, sorry. But I know you're saying you're still, and with Rosie too, and you know, Lisa and everybody else who's empathic in here, are you still picking up just a tiny bit of an odd vibe? I think I might have asked that already, but I just want to make sure that, because obviously I trust your gut too. So I want to see if your gut's picking up what I'm picking up. That's what I'm saying, Diary Mystic. How is he supposed to explain what happened? That's what I'm saying. It's like they're kind of just taking it for what it is. and just writing it off to like, oh, she drowned, everybody forget about it. Like, no. That's not that simple. And for some reason, her family seems to be accepting it. At least that's what they said. They said the family was, mourning. Again, I don't know what their true feelings are about it, though, so I don't want to speak for them. I just feel like there's something else. Show his face. Timing, family, when she was like, yeah, I heard that too. Whisper me. Or, she was FaceTiming, and that's where they kind of pinged her locations or tried to find her body. Is they tried to follow the areas by the pictures of where they thought she was at in the cove whenever she sent the pictures. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's still just this little bit of somebody else being involved, and it's whether due to money or it's due to something that she shouldn't know that's connected to money. And they didn't want her to repeat it. It's that simple. Sorry. My lipstick's coming off because I'm drinking my drink. Hello, Tammy. And welcome to everyone. Welcome to all mods, the green team, and everybody who's joining us for the chat. I greatly appreciate it. I said y'all come in the room. If you give it a thumbs up, we would greatly appreciate that as well. Again, we are talking about Naya Rivera and how her body was found today. And in the condition that they are saying that was found in, which doesn't really seem to add up with what we were told originally. In the sense of, I mean, she was gone for 5 days, 6 days, and then they said that she floated up out of nowhere. And like I said, I get the gas stuff, but from what I feel like, I want to see what the autopsy looks like. That's what I want to see. I want to know what was in the lungs. I want to know what was in her system. I want to know were there bruises. And they said it was inconsistent with any type of foul play, but they haven't done an autopsy yet, so they can't rule that out. So I'm not going to go with that. Until I see an autopsy, and I don't care how much they try to twist that autopsy, I'm going to pick it apart. That's what I picked up, Diary Mystic. Something majorly shifted. I got 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups in reverse. That's all I'm going to say. And if that ain't wreaking havoc on your home life emotionally and financially, then I don't know what the hell that is. And the ending to a lot of cycles. She could have been, or whoever showed up on the boat later after the baby fell asleep could have drugged her. But again, I just feel it's odd though. Like I said, when I'm in her energy, I don't feel extremely nervous like I would if I knew I was about to pass. So that's what I'm saying. That's the part that's confusing me. And that's why I'm like, maybe, I know like Lisa's saying she doesn't feel she's drugged, but maybe it was something else. I don't know. Maybe once the kid fell asleep, she had a few drinks and was relaxed. I don't know. Again, we have to wait for the autopsy to come back. Yeah, I know she was having money problems too outside of the husband. Now I don't know the extent of them, but I did hear that she was having possible money problems. But I don't think it was by her own doing because she was a Virgo or a Capricorn, and they usually are very good with their money. So I kind of feel like it was somebody that maybe she talked to that kind of like took advantage or something like that. You going to bed, Tammy? Good night, Tammy. I don't see where she said good night. That's what I'm saying. She seemed very like, it's almost like I see my baby going and I'm going away, but I knew this was going to happen and I fucked up. And I'm not saying she did anything wrong. I'm saying that's what I'm thinking in my head as I watch myself get further and further away from my baby. and he's just sitting there on the boat asleep. He's not awake. He's asleep. So, and I'm going to stick with that. I said, I see my baby on the boat sleeping, and the further and further I get away, the more and more I think to myself, damn, what was I thinking? This was a dumb idea. And I'm not saying that it was a dumb idea for her, but I think she tried to do what she thought was best for her and Josie. I know I do need a fancy straw, right? We need to get one made of like some type of fancy crystals and like engraved in it, like rolled in epoxy, like freaking every kind of crystal you can think of, just all crushed and rolled into a straw. That's what I'm saying. If you're drowning, the natural thing to do is going to be to go ahead and try to get to the surface, try to catch air, kick and scream, or just flap around. And the way that he made it sound, she did none of that. So, you know, and again, he is a child, but again, I don't pick up that energy. Even when I'm tapping into her, I don't pick up where I'm feeling the need to flap and scream for help or anything of that sort. Yes, Lisa, I agree. I think she underestimated it with the baby there because of the baby being there. So my chat dropped, of course. Just give me 1 second. I do apologize, y'all. Okay. So just 1 second. All right. So can y'all hear me now? Yes, it is, Lisa. It's a blessing that he is still alive. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I say I don't think she would have done that willingly at all. So I will have to look down at my phone from time to time because my chat box over here dropped out. So I do apologize for that. If I miss anybody's comments, I usually watch it back tomorrow and laugh at all the funny shit people said, to be honest. Rosie, you're pretty funny, and so are you, Diary of a Mystic, and everybody else in here too, especially you, Lisa. Y'all say a lot of shit I missed that I just crack my ass with, and Sam I am. Y'all are pretty funny. I said I laugh about it all morning long. Like, that's what I do every morning. I get up, watch my live, and reread y'all's comments. And then I hide them after. But yeah, y'all are pretty freaking funny. Especially Lainey, when she comes in here and says some shit too. I don't see it. And then Carissa. Hi, Jessica K. How are you? Welcome. Oh, were y'all? Oh, y'all were talking. Yeah. We'll see whenever it uploads. It burned? Okay. So, good. So, is there anything that y'all would like to talk about again about Naya Rivera and her body being found on Lake Piru with her son being found in the boat asleep? And how y'all feel about him being caught in the undertow and everything else? Or would y'all like to just kind of go ahead and move on to something else? So we're hitting about an hour, so we can move on to another subject if y'all choose to do so. I did do Elaine Parker, Linda Stoltzfu, Kanika Jenkins I did recently today. I actually did 3 today. I did Kendrick Johnson and Dulce Alves. Alves. Alvarez. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It said Alvarez in some articles, and in others there was no R. So, but those are some readings I did today. At the lake, Lisa? Yes, I have been a busy girl. What is it? What's the saying from The Shining? Well, all work and no play makes Megan a happy girl. That's all I gotta say. My Virgo is all work and no play. So when I'm pissed and I'm in my zone, I work. So hi, Dining Gypsy. I don't know who. I'm gonna be. I don't feel her within this realm. I haven't felt her since the day that they lost her, and I think it had a lot to do with the mother. So I think the mother was not watching her, and I think that she is very bitter a bit with the mother for not watching them because they were children. But that is just my instinct, my pickup. I know it's not been closed or finalized or anything like that, but I would have to say that there was some foul play in that situation in the sense that who is the young relative that the mom was sitting in the car with while she had her 2 young children playing in the park? What were you doing in the car? Listen, everybody likes to hang out in their cars while their kids are inside or while their neighbors are across the street, but I can't figure out why. Because I don't hang out in my car. That's the last place I hang out. Unless I don't want to be found. Hear you slam around the kitchen. Exactly, Donna. If you're in your car, meeting your neighbors across the street, and you're doing all these other things, then that's drug deals most of the time. So, oh shit, Rosie dropped the mic. Mic drop to Rosie. Congrats. I would super chat you through here, Rosie, but I can't. I was like, I don't even know if I could. Whenever I can hashtag you. Mic drop. It was in a live Sam I Am. We were teasing the day after our night of fun of calling out some stuff. So the next day, Rosie and I in a chat, Rosie mic dropped and I said, keep it up. So yeah, it's in Diary Mystic. I don't remember which one it was though. Oh, it was the sound check with the. I'm so getting a freaking megaphone. Mystic, you're in for it. You're all in for it. I'm getting a megaphone. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, I don't know if y'all heard me, but like I said, I'm getting a megaphone, and y'all are all in for it. Oh yeah. Oh no, but it's gonna be like a sweet megaphone voice, just like Diary Mystics. Well, I mean, not that sweet because she's super sweet and soft sounding, and I can't be that sweet, even quiet, even if I tried. But I am going to make announcements through my megaphone every week, so that is about what I'm talking about. And I do apologize if there is a whole delay on the computer. I can over here there's not, but on my phone there is. It's very pixely, so I do apologize for that. I do not know who King Hill is, so no, I have not yet. I can write their name down. You know him personally? Question: when you're becoming more into a tired? Yes. You will sleep a lot, Sam. I am. A lot. And I'm talking about days. Days. Like, I mean, you need it. It's almost like, oh, hold on. Someone got locked out. 1 second. All right. So, yeah, it is very tiring. And so that is most of the time how you know that you are leveling up because you're exhausted. Like I said, there will be days where I sleep for 2 to 3 days at a time. Like not 2 to 3 days straight, but I mean, I take a nap a couple of times. I take a nap every day for sure. And then I go to bed early every night. And then I kind of, get up around, whenever the baby wakes up. But I make sure to take a nap when he's taking a nap. And sometimes, I wouldn't even meditate when you feel that way. If you feel really tired, you don't need to meditate, because you're already leveling up. And that's my opinion. I don't know if anybody else has a different opinion, but I know for me, like whenever I've been leveling up and I try to meditate, it makes it harder. So it's easy for me to just get my rest during leveling up. And then when that stops, then I can go ahead and bring it down to back to my meditation. Yeah, you're tired all the time. So sometimes people are like, oh, what's wrong? Like, you look so tired. I'm like, I am tired. Like, I'm like leveling up. I gotta go to bed. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm serious. It's like it's like all of a sudden it feels like something's just sucked the life right out of you. And it's not bad. It's just you're spiritually growing. So it's like you kind of just same way a teenager needs rest. Your spiritual mind and body needs rest. So you know what? I'm not gonna lie. This is the appetite. I know. Crap. It's appetite. APATITE. Appetite. This shit is to help you meditate. And if you have a headache, you can lay in bed with this on your third eye, and it will help you see some shit. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's completely true. And you can also do it while you're holding the Lemurian stone from Atlantis, because they are both from Atlantis. So if you have any type of meditation stone like this, it is okay to set it on your third eye if you're going to be laying flat on your back and just meditating and relaxing. Especially if you have a headache, migraine, things like that, it helps too to get rid of that. Especially because it is like the blue, cool calmness of the water. Yeah, no, you're just leveling up, Sam. I am. Yeah, you're not depressed or anything. You're just leveling up. Seriously, I mean, could you imagine walking in the room and seeing somebody like this? Like dead meditation. And then like 2 stones in their hand. Like, you probably, what the hell is wrong with them? But this does help for migraines. This does. And so does this one, the chrysocolla, because it is a cooling stone. And it helps with tempers and moods, but it's cooling to the touch. I think you said you had one. But yeah, I'm not kidding. I'll put crystals all over me. Good night, Sandy. You'll have enough soon to cover your whole head. You'll have enough soon to cover your whole body, Lisa. What ritual is going on now? You don't want to know. Yes, have a blessed night, Sandy. Thank you for joining us. I greatly appreciate it. And let's see who else. Do we have anybody else has any questions about meditation or astral projection or third eye opening or any of that good stuff? Since we've kind of already touched a little bit on Naya Rivera and what we felt about the body and how we felt about where it was found and the condition so far that we've been told she's been found in. So we'll go ahead and move on from that until we get some more information out of respect for the family. I still am working on to room 1046, I want to say, for TT. And let's see what else. Yes, very draining mentally and emotionally. There will be times where I've actually had to take a whole week off from work just to like regain my strength mentally, physically, even just eating healthy again. Like I said, you can kind of get wrapped up in what's going on and the cases around you that you forget to take care of yourself because you want to help somebody else. I don't know. I mean, I don't know about, I know in the past, like I said, I've never really understood the whole, well, at first, empath completely. I understood that. You know, you're picking up other people's feelings. Now, as you get more into it, then you kind of start to hit mediumship. I don't know if Diary of a Mystic, how you feel about that, or Sam I Am, or anybody else. But I think once you start to level up for mediumship, it almost goes to psychicship in a way. I don't even know if that's a word, but it becomes to going to a psychic almost, where you can kind of just close your eyes, hear things, see things, and project things through your mind. So, I think everybody's capable of that who has the gift. I do say that. No, I give my kids spiritual baths. I take spiritual baths. You don't shut it off. You don't need to shut it off. Yeah, I use turmeric a lot. It helps with your joints. But you once your third eye's open, you don't want to shut it off. You want to know what's going on around you. Yeah, and you get hungry. Like right now, even though I haven't done a reading, but I did do them earlier, I'm hungry and I can smell food and I just want food. Like I said, and then you want to sleep. So it's very much like it is work. Like I said, I know a lot of people are like, oh, you're a tarot card reader, but what do you really do? What's your real job? I'm a fucking tarot card reader. That's my real job. It actually drains the shit out of me. What's your real job? You know what I mean? I pay my taxes. I get my paychecks. I file my income tax. So it's a real job, sweetie. So I know I've had people say comments like that to people I know and people around me, but very, very low comments. Like I said, in the sense that you don't know what you're talking about because you don't know what it takes to be one. I have dreams about past loved ones, but I don't see them and I don't hear them. Only in my dreams if something's like going wrong and they'll step in to try to tell me what I need to do or what I should do or what they think I should do. But they're still not pushy. They're not pushy at all. Like I said, it's almost like they give me the option of making the choice myself. Yeah. I had dreams when I was younger. No, you're fine, Sam. I am. That's just leveling up. That's all that is. Like I said, leveling up is draining. Like the Diary of Mystic said, and Lisa and everybody else. Like I said, it is very, very draining upon the person. So you do talk to them. Is this why, like, during the day or during your dreams? I said again, welcome as everybody's coming in the room. If y'all can give it a thumbs up. We were just kind of talking metaphysical stuff, what we feel in our past, present, and future lives, what we would like to talk about. We're kind of all exchanging stories, and we are talking about what happened to Naya Rivera recently and how we feel about that. We did just talk about that, so that will be in the beginning. But right now, we're kind of summing up everything. So, okay, so that would be more of a counter, Rachel. Like, you kind of watched it happen from a distance. So that would be more of like, if you can remember a dream and everything that happened in it, and you can tell somebody what they were wearing, what they said, what they did, and everything hit on point, then that means you are experiencing a real actual encounter. Now, as far as Sam I am, if, let me see what you said. So they wake you up from your sleep, Sam I am. Is it usually around 3? I don't see or hear any of them. I just can close my eyes, or not even close my eyes, and I see them. That's it. I can see what they're showing me. So that's where I feel like I'm going between mediumship and psychic now at this point, because I can see what they're showing me, and I know what they're telling me, and they say words, and they show me pictures, and they connect them. So that would be between mediumship and psychic. So the more you level up, the more you can build those things for yourself. Yeah. I've actually had dreams with a spouse that we've had the exact same dream. We went to the exact same place. We traveled to the exact same place. We had the exact same thing happen, and we remember everything. And this is a while back, like I said, but either way, we were at the same place, and there's no possible way. And like when we woke up, we were literally like a comet had fallen from Earth stuck to each other. It was the craziest thing I'd ever seen. So I still don't really know what that was about. It's a job. That's why I said I want to hear anybody say, "Oh, what do you really do besides read tarot?" What do you do besides file taxes, Karen? Or besides pretend that you're an advocate, Karen? Like I said, because I get a paycheck from YouTube and Google AdSense every month and Patreon. So I have a job. And I make money through other ways that I work through other businesses with. Crystal companies, things like that. That's actually nobody else's business, but I like to share it with y'all because I feel like y'all have the right to be able to earn those things because y'all are just loyal and true, and y'all are here for the right reasons. So, but yes, meditation definitely helps. That was 15 around 11 a.m. My mom opened the bedroom door. I so much light behind the setup. She asked if I was okay. Oh, really? On your forehead? I never heard of that before. So before we sign, like, we're not going to sign out now, but I am going to do it just because it's right in front of me. These are the decks we're giving away. So if there's anybody in the chat that are pooled to these decks, please let me know. And I will write it down right now, and I will add you to the list. So this is going to be the first one we're going to be giving away. It'll be smudged out. It's going to be the Life Purpose Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. So this is going to be our Oracle deck. Again, as you open it, you get the book, which is untouched pretty much. And I really haven't used it. They're gold on the side. What is it? Yeah, they're gold on the side. And then this is kind of what they are. It just kind of gives you different life purposes. So that'll be the Oracle deck that we're giving away in the next week or so. And the Tarot deck we're going to be giving away is going to be the Syrian Starseed Tarot, because I think it's meant for certain people. Now, it isn't meant for a little bit more, I would say, advanced, in the sense of, unless you, it's not not common tarot decks, as in like the Rider-Waite. So there is more stuff added in, like crystal children, indigo children, things like that. But if you want this deck, like I said, it's as big as my head, so it's kind of hard to shuffle. But this is the actual tarot deck that is being given away. So we have the Syrian Starseed Tarot to give away. And then we have the Life of Purpose by Doreen Virtue. So again, if y'all are interested in doing that, y'all can go ahead and drop it in the comment section. And I'll write your name down for now. Just let me know which ones you want. Yeah, my loved ones come through dreams, Diary of a Mystic, and that's it. Would you like to do the Life's Purpose, Sam I Am? The Oracle? First set. So that was like, okay. So Jessica. I haven't used apps. I more use music on YouTube, to be honest. Oracle is more like advice, and the tarot is more going to be like your basic tarot, but this is more than tarot. This is going to be someone who's going to be more into another realm of tarot. That's what I'm saying. This is going to be somebody who's going to be more into starseed, crystal children, indigo children, those kind of things. So if you're just wanting something to give you advice, then I would definitely go with the Life Purpose by Doreen Virtue. So I can add that one to you to yours if you'd like. Last set. So you want the Starseed then, correct, Rosie? It's like, it is, like I said, as long as I know you do use tarot very much, and it does have crystal, indigo, all that stuff in it. Okay. So Rosie, for that one, do you have anyone that you want? Diary of Mystic, do you want me to put you in the drawing for anything? For the Life Purpose or for the Starseed? Oh, yeah, definitely Diary of Mystic. This ain't our only income, YouTube. So I don't know where they keep getting that crap from, but it ain't. If anything, this is my smallest amount of income. It was nice chatting with you, Donna. Yeah, these are giveaways, Sam, so you can actually enter both. Do you want to do both? Okay. So we got Sam and both. And then Love and Lights. Let's see. Sorry, my phone fell over. Did you want one of these decks, Diary of a Mystic, or are you good? I know you have decks that you like. I said the cardstock on. Actually, both of them are pretty good. So I know that the cardstock is something that you like, but I don't know if it's something you might already have. One second. Sorry. All right, so we're hitting about an hour and 30 minutes. Is there anything else that y'all would like to talk about tonight besides fighting Naya Rivera's body? And then we're doing the giveaway. So we have Rosie for the star seed, Jessica for the life purpose, and then Sam for both of them. So is there anybody else that would like me to add them to the list for either one? So you want to do both, Lisa? I don't know which ones you got yet. I think you did a simple. So we can do like an oracle or... Don't you have like a little purple crystal ball diary? As it kind of reminded me of this one, but I think it was maybe pink or purple. Well, this one is purple, but then I got this one. Someone got this one for me. It's a large glass one, but it was like $40, so it wasn't cheap. But all right, so put Lisa in both. Yes. Manifest positivity into your realm, Lisa. A crystal ball. No bullshit, Ms. Diary Mystic 2. This is like no joke. Like, you think like it sounds totally crazy.
So Lisa, she did not answer Shaman Cherokee's call.
So anyway, so you stare into this glass ball basically, right? And I'm not kidding. Like, you can start to see shit. Like, you can start to see like faces reflect back on you, and you can see like things mirroring in it. It's really crazy. I didn't expect it, for sure. I always thought it was some weird, just kind of like out there thing, but no. They definitely show you some stuff. So I would definitely recommend getting a glass ball. And a larger one. And actually, I was going to get obsidian because it's like the mirror. But it was like $90 for a large one. You have a purple one? Yeah, see, I have the smaller purple one. It depends on what you want, Vera. I can do it any way you want. I've done it over the phone. I put it on here. I can do it unlisted on here where it's only you can see it. And you can rewatch it again and again. And you can see it whenever you want. Or it's pretty much how you choose to do so. But as I said, I do not have Skype or anything like that. So it would be through an unlisted chat here, a phone call, or pretty much it. So, and then for the classes, you can go over to the Patreon site or the Patreon link in my About section. And if you can click on that, that will let you go ahead and sign up for the classes that are coming up next. Okay. So, I know a couple people who would want them. All right. I haven't heard that yet, Sam. I am. This is the Miriam Jasper one that Jay won. And I know it's supposed to be a crystal, but it feels like wood. And like, I know it's a little bit off subject if I can get it off. Whoops. But yeah, it feels like wood. It doesn't feel like a crystal. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it is a crystal, but the thing is, I'm just saying it doesn't feel like it. It feels like wood, and it looks like wood if you look at it. So, I don't know. But yeah, I haven't heard that too much yet. Thank you, Rosie. Yeah, and that's the one that Jay won from the giveaway from, I think a couple days ago. I think that we all at certain times had different, I know for me, I had a lot of anxiety and things when I was younger. I really had a lot of social anxiety. I didn't really understand. I was picking up other people's feelings and feeling like they were mine. So, it would get very confusing. So, as I've gotten older, I've learned to be able to separate my feelings from theirs. So, that's kind of where, I learned that I was kind of having a gift a bit. I just started to notice like things would happen. Like the phone would ring and I would know who it is before I picked it up or before I looked at it. Like, little things like that kept getting stronger. I started knowing like synchronicity within times. I would wake up at certain times of the day or just look at the clock and it would be the same time all the time, like 11:11 or 3:33 or something of that sort.
12:34.
Yeah, I never felt like I fit in ever, no matter what. I don't care what grade I was in. I don't care what people told me. I don't care. I didn't care about anything in school. I never felt like I fit in. So I got a GED, went straight to college, and then I graduated college with honors, and then went straight through college into radiography, medical billing and coding, and then I did patient care tech. And I think that's it. But yeah, that's why I like college more though, because they didn't bother you the way they did in school, like high school. Like you were expected to do what you were supposed to do, but they expected you to do it on your own, and that they weren't gonna like hound you. You know what I mean? Well, ESP basically is picking up empathetic energy and I would think vibrations from around you. I mean, if you're feeling something where something might happen and it happens very, very often, then I would say yes, you are picking up something, but you want to get in tune to what that might be. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got to a point to where I could feel certain things happening, and it was more nerve-wracking than what it was anything else. Pisces are intuitive, but you have to be careful with Pisces in the sense you don't want to let the emotional side get the best of you. Like I said, there's the dark and the light of every side. Like you hear about Virgos, they're like nagging and they're this and they're that and they're critical and they're whatever. And then you hear about Aries or fire signs being flighty, about water signs being emotional, and then you hear about air signs just not giving a shit in general. Everybody has their ups and downs as signs. So that's just kind of how it is. But yes, Pisces and usually Virgos, Pisces and earth signs are usually very intuitive because they kind of go together, just like air and fire does, because air basically grows fire, whereas earth is basically saturated and you grow more things seed-wise with it being watered. So that is the point of those two elements. So that is why those are supposed to get along the best. But again, you have 12 signs in your chart, so that does not mean that you will get along. Yes, Danielle, that's daydreaming for Pisces. Yes, like Diary Mystic's a Pisces, light-sided Pisces. So if y'all are very much the same, y'all very much I don't want to speak for Diary Mystic, but I know for most Pisces, they daydream a lot. And they daydream on ways to make things better and ways to make things easier for the people around them and themselves and to make everybody happier. So that is usually what a light-sided Pisces does. Now, and water sign. Now, when it goes into the opposite, it's different. They kind of play with emotions a little bit more because it's an emotional sign, kind of like an earth sign going to me. Like I'm a Virgo. If I were to go into reverse, I'm going to mess with you in the earthly realm to try to pick at you because I can. Because that's what my sign does. Just like a fire sign is going to pick at you and say things or act towards you a certain way to irritate you because that's what they do. They act. And then air signs are going to play with your mind because that's what they do. They're of thought. So they will mess with your mind over and over and over again. I used to date a Libra. And I'm a Leo Virgo cusp, and he is actually a Virgo Libra cusp. But it was too much alpha on alpha, so it ain't gonna work. Never did. But I do agree with Diary Mystic. As long as the Pisces are in their positive energy, like Diary Mystic and other people that are working with her in the same energy, they are very, very mystical. They are very intuitive. They are very in touch with the other side. So that is something that you very much actually Pisces. Well, Pisces is Virgo's opposite. So yes, I'm very alpha, as you can tell. You divorced. How do you divorce? Well, you probably because you both were thoughts. So you probably. Yeah. See, no, I didn't have a problem with Libras. The thing is that we both wanted to be right. To be honest, and like I felt like sometimes he always wanted to see the good side of everything, of both sides, and sometimes I felt like sometimes there's just not a good side for somebody's behavior. And at that time, again, I was very young. I was in my early 20s, like even before my 20s. I wasn't even 20 yet when I met my son's father. So, and I dated him for 8 years, and then we get along now though. So that's great. You know what's funny? There's certain signs like Aquarius men. I know that Lisa, you're Aquarius, but I'm saying there's certain other signs. I've never really met very many of them. Aquarius men, Virgo men. What else is there? I guess Gemini. I don't know. I've had a Gemini, but I've only met one that I can think of. But I've met a lot of Taurus because I am a Virgo, so I run into a lot of other earth signs, and then of course water signs. Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna eat a little bit because I haven't eaten yet tonight. I do this all the time. I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with Libras. If you're a Libra, nobody said anything's wrong with a Libra. Libras are actually running the house of love and family. So there's nothing wrong. Libra is just your trait, especially if you're a rising. That is just your personality. I am a Libra Venus. So therefore my love planet is within Libra Venus. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with being a Libra. They're very smart. They're very quick. And they'll cut you real quick when they don't want to deal with the BS. Hello, everyone, as y'all come in. I do apologize for eating, but I have not eaten yet, and we are still talking. So, well, that's what it is, Tara. It's like they're not harsh. Like, y'all aren't harsh. Y'all just don't put up with a bunch of crap. Like, you're not going to argue. Like, you don't argue because y'all are the house of peace and love. So you don't want to argue. Yeah. You'll go for a car ride. Go do something else. But you ain't going to deal with arguing with somebody over nothing. Esra. Where's Esra? I didn't see them come in. Oh, there you are. How are you? Well, it could just be like your rising signs and your moon and stuff too, Lisa. I said I'm a Leo, Virgo cusp, Virgo rising, and then Aries moon, and then Libra and Venus, and then Saturn and Capricorn. So I got a lot of earth and fire and just a tiny bit of air. What is Sagittarius as in what? As in Saturn? Or is in general? or what sign is it? See, it's funny you say that, Diary Mystic, because my mom's a Scorpio and your dad's a Virgo and I'm a Virgo and my mom's a Scorpio. Right? We're all twins. Yeah, Sam and I, Sam am I, well, Sam I am, and I have very many similar zodiac signs within our chart. It is 11:11 now. I don't know if it is where I am, but if it is where you are, let's see. Go ahead and make a wish. And great reading, obviously, too, earlier, Above and Beyond. So, again, if you haven't checked our channel out yet, if you want to go ahead and click over after we get done with this, or even if you want to do it now, as I'm sure she would greatly appreciate it if you to click over and subscribe. So that way she has fantastic tarot readings, and she is very good at what she does. Yeah. Yeah, you're pretty much like the exact opposite of everything I am, Sam I am. I like Libras in the sense that they're very good at calming a situation. The only time I got irritated is when I felt like when somebody was totally wrong, and then they would still try to find like the balance in it, and I'm like, there's no balance. You know what I mean? Like, they just were mean. I don't know, what's fettuccine?
Chicken fettuccine Alfredo.
It's chicken fettuccine Alfredo. I do apologize to eat, but I haven't eaten, so. I don't know. Are you going to do any cards, Estra Dogan? Do you do cards? Because nowhere in my title, I don't think it says that I'm doing cards tonight. So I'm just curious. Are you going to be doing cards for us tonight, Dogan? Is there anything that you have that you'd like to read? Oh, I'm going with the flow, Lisa. I've been on here for almost 2 hours. So someone who shows up in 10 minutes ain't going to tell me what I should be doing. Would you like me to read you? Estra Dogan? We can go ahead and read you if you'd like. Because again, I've never seen you here. So I'll be happy to give you a free reading and see why you're showing up here and why you're asking me if I'm going to be reading cards or not. But you're not saying whether you read cards or not yourself. I have a young baby, so I'll eat when I want to eat. And I'll read when I want to read. So yeah, goodbye, girl. So anyways, back to the point. So we are getting ready. We are hitting an hour. But did y'all have any cases that y'all want to look at soon coming up? Anybody in the room who is not this other chick who what I totally forgot her name was already because that's how minute it is. So we got the name down for the deck. There's one other person's name I have that I'm still looking up. Benjamin. Oh. Lisa Presley's son. I'm going to be looking that up. You have a feeling? Oh, yeah, I have a feeling, too. I have a feeling there's a bunch of snakes trying to sneak around through a room where they don't belong in. And they think they're being cute and funny, but they're not, because everybody knows who they are. So, Morphew. I know the FBI has been looking into it for a few weeks now, and they finally executed the search a few days ago. Yeah, sneaky little snakes. So, anyways, yes, Kelly Preston did die too. She had breast cancer. I think she was keeping it a secret. I'm not a secret, but I don't think that was something they were sharing with everybody, because it did say that it was something they kind of battled on their own. So I don't think it was something that many people knew about, at least from the article that I read. Above and beyond. Oh yeah, I forget what it's called. Where she did with Gwyneth Paltrow. Where they were flight attendants. I love that movie. I want to say it's like Above and Beyond, but I don't think that's the name of it. What was it called? Oh yeah, no, I'll do. That's why I said that's why I hide my chats, because they stalk everybody. What the hell is that movie called? I don't know. Hold on. View from the Top. That's what it's called. She was a flight attendant. So that was a great, great movie. And it was very funny. So if you haven't checked it out, I would check it out. Wait, my chat disappeared. I think. Yeah, I think my chat disappeared. Of course it did. Fix it. Me and Punk's got to hold this way. Yeah, definitely check out View from the Top. It is hilarious. It has Gwyneth Paltrow, her in it, and then I forget who the third person is, but it is amazing. It's a great movie. I watched it over and over. I actually bought it. I have it on DVD. Freaking like worms are out because it's dark outside. Yeah, I had to eat a snack. I just put out the book because Rosie said, "Yay, Diary of a Mystic." Thank you, Above and Beyond. They said we're getting ready, I think, to hit, yeah, we're getting ready to hit 2 hours. So, do y'all have any questions about any other readings that y'all would like me to look into? Or, any of the readings that I released today? Kind of a fire. Yeah, Naya Rivera. Read up on that, Sam. There's a lot of information, but some of it contradicts each other. I think it came in late and above and beyond as far as the chat started. But once it reloads, you can watch it from the beginning. Yeah, I agree, Rosie. I feel horrible for the little boy. They had to see that and witness that. Even if it was something as simple as her going under the water and not coming back up. I mean, he should, something he shouldn't have had to see. Very tragic. Well, put your cigarette out in the ashtray, Lisa. Don't be throwing it into a pile of wood. Oh, yeah, she was. And I like that with her. Like, there's certain actresses you get, and like they're always the same person in every role. You know what I mean? Like she could be she could play a different role all the time. Like she wasn't the same person in every single film. Like as much as I love Jennifer Aniston, she's pretty much Rachel in everything that I watch. Like I mean, it's just her mannerisms and the way she talks. It's not that she's bad at what she does. It's just I see Rachel every time I see her perform. Good night, Hula Bunny. Yeah, it's very pretty. Very young still. Just very sad. Like I said, I didn't tell anybody about it, so nobody even knew she was really sick. Oh, I just uploaded them a few hours ago, so you'll see them in a little bit if you want to watch them. Hula Bunny. Yeah, she's with her son now. I thought about that too. And Rosie. That's why I kind of posted, if you noticed on my community tab, I posted that her son had their son had passed. Jet, I think his name was, a while back. So that's why I posted that part of it, because I wanted to show that she was with her son. Good night, above and beyond. Oh, yeah. Of course she with her son. I don't think any mother would never be on at all once those, you know what I mean? You're always all, like, you're soul tribe. You're connected forever. So, all right, y'all. Well, I guess I'm going to get ready to sign out. As I'm eating in y'all's face still. I'm still hungry. So, we talk about a little bit about Naya Rivera and how they found her body and the condition, what they're saying is going on right now. We'll wait a little bit longer to get the autopsy, see what they say. But either way, I do feel like it's not going to be the complete truth. So, my good night to everybody. And I hope you'll have a great night. Thank you so much for joining me. And love and light to each and every one of you, and sweet dreams, like I said. And remember to just, love the ones around you. Enjoy the time with them, because you never know when it will be taken. Because, like I said, I don't think the day that she went on that boat, she had any clue that was going to happen. So again, you want to enjoy the time with your family and your friends and treat them fairly and properly. So, again, like I said, y'all have a good night. I want to thank y'all for joining me, and I will see y'all soon. Love and light to each and every one of you. Good night.